finds everybody doing well. Today I'm just sipping on a cup of coffee and I've got a bunch of stuff I gotta get done. I've got some tomatoes, the last round in the garden, and I've got some okra to work up. We'll still probably get some more okra, but I'm gonna go ahead and take you along with me today to show you how I make some fried okra for the winter. I've got my water boiling because you have to blanch the okra first. Most vegetables that you want to freeze, you're going to go ahead and blanch them. That will kill an enzyme so they don't become woody and kind of change the makeup of the vegetable. Alright, so now out of the bigger ones are the ones that are starting to turn woody. They don't cut just like that easy. I will be saving the seeds out of them. I'll be saving seeds from okra, squash, probably some pumpkins, and the peppers. I'll be saving seeds from peppers for next year. I'm not good at seed saving. I did a little bit last year and it didn't turn out so hot, but this year I've got another plan, so I'm going to give that a shot. We're going to get started. So you want to be as consistent with this as you can, but if it's a little off, it's not a huge deal. I will throw my end pieces to the side. Scoot my coffee pot over to give me a little more room. I've got my cans going in the dishwasher. Right now we're going to focus on getting this okra up. So I will come back when I have all of this chopped up, okay? Alright, we're back. I have all of the okra chopped up. Now we are going to drop it into, I don't remember what this thing's called. I guess a steamer basket. It's got holes in it, so the water and the steam will come up through it. And I will make sure that I put about this much, maybe about an inch of water actually in the basket as well. So fill it up about an inch above the holes. And then I'm just going to drop my okra in here, let it steam for a few minutes. When it gets to a rolling boil, then I'm going to drop it into the coldest water I have. Ideally, you want to drop it in ice water. I don't have any ice water, so I'm just going to do really cold water and just keep it changed. Ideally, that's not how it's done, but that's what I have, so that's what we're going to do. Okay, so we're just going to grab a bunch. Okay. I feel like most of homesteading is a waiting game. It's push, 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 wait, push, wait, push, wait. Push, 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 wait, 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 push. That's what it feels like. Anybody else feel that way? Alright, and so that I'm not chasing okra all over my sink, I like to use a strainer. One that has the wider openings, because all I need to do is just contain it so it doesn't float everywhere and I'm just sitting there chasing piece by piece. So you're going to bring this to a boil. It's getting there. In the meantime, I'm going to get my flour bag ready. Alright, now oftentimes I do not end up using all of the flour that I put in the bag. So I'll just stick it in the freezer. And if I want fried squash, fried green tomatoes, fried okra, chicken strips, I'll just pull this out, put it in there, and reuse it to the best I can, rather than throwing it away because I didn't use as much as I thought I was going to. Now, this year I found out something purely by accident because I didn't have any flour, so I just used what I had. We tend to make tortillas. So I buy the tortilla flour. It's already got the salt and everything in there. It is a really good breading for the okra and the squash and all that, because it's not I don't even know how to explain it. It's so much different. You wouldn't think it is, but it's pretty different. And we really enjoy it. I actually made it with flour not too long ago. And both Frankie and I were like, I don't know. Kind of liked the tortilla flour better. Okay, so you're just gonna pour some in your bag and just set it to the side. Alright, so now this is boiling. I'm gonna pull it up, tilt it, watch your feet. I did this barefoot one night. Yeah, be really careful. You're gonna drain it as best you can. Now it's gonna be really slimy, and that is off-putting to some people. But once you get the flour, once you get it in the flour, it goes away. So I'm gonna go ahead, put me some more okra in my pot. That might have been a little too much, but it'll be okay. And I'm just gonna swish. I'm gonna swish this around. Now mind you, my water is not ice cold. It should be, but I don't have ice. So, doing what I can here. Just mix it up to cool it off as fast as possible. Okay. I'm going to set it in my other sink real fast and drain this water. I am still going to run cold water over it though. Alright, so now I'm going to move them back over here and fill the sink back up with cold water. Okay, so the next step in this, you're just going to put your okra in after you've drained the water off. And you're going to do this kind of quickly. Now, I want as much air in this bag as I can so they float around kind of freely. Okay, so I just blow into it a little bit so it's like a pillow, and then you're going to shake it. Okay, then you're going to just keep putting your okra in here and that will help to keep them separated a little bit better. That way they don't ball up into clumps when you freeze them. Now obviously I'm not freezing them flat, so it's going to do a little bit of that anyway. But if you can minimize it a little bit, that'll make life easier in December when you decide, let's have some fried okra. And obviously it's just Frankie and I that are going to be eating these, so I'm okay with blowing into it. Another way that you could do it is just put it in a bowl and just toss them, but that gets really super messy. And I don't have time for that. Okay, so we're going to let that set. And I'm going to keep going with this. My pot's about to boil over. Lift it, drain it. Dump it. Drop it. And I'm going to add the rest. And that'll be all of my okra for today. Alright, so another thing I like to do beforehand, go ahead and gauge how many bags you're going to need and write the date on them. Some people will say what it is. I'm pretty sure if I look in the freezer, I'm going to know that it's fried okra. Squash and zucchini, I would definitely, kind of tell apart. Tomatoes, I mean, when they're covered in flour, it looks the same. But okra, I can pick apart. So, I'm going to put the date. And today is 9/15/20. And I'm guessing that I'm going to need about 3 bags. And this If you've ever tried to write on a wet bag with Sharpie, you'll understand this idea. This is so much easier and it saves your Sharpie life. Alright, and I have gotten a little bit ahead of myself, but that's okay. I've just dumped my okra that's already blanched into a pot. I'm going to run some cold water in it. And that way I can get this out before it boils over. Be cooling it down, pull it in there. Then all I got to do is drain this and continue on with this. I haven't got the first batch out yet, so that's why I've got to do it this way. Turn your stove off. Just try to have your bag nice and open so you're not fighting with it. I usually use the gallon-sized bags because Frankie also takes what we have for dinner. He takes the leftovers to work. So do you see how nice and loose those are? Chances are good they won't clump up too much. And if they do, you can just kind of bang them a little bit and break them apart before you drop them in the fryer. My dishwasher's still going, so I've got time for the tomatoes. The first thing with the tomatoes, I'm going to boil some water. I'm just going to hot pack the tomatoes and drop them in the pressure cooker. I don't really have a set amount that I put in here. It's just about maybe half of this. Maybe half a bag. I probably should get some like quart-size bags, but I don't have any. I probably will next year now that I know this. Actually, maybe it's not even a half that we use. Okay, so I'll just put a little bit more in here. And I'm going to set it to the side. Alright, so we've got it all done. This is our okra. I have 4 bags, about the same size. There's 2 that don't have quite as much in them. Okay. Now I have run out of flour, so I will just add more to these bags when they thaw out, and then just shake them up and kind of redo the process. But I have to move on to the next project. So these are going in the freezer. Alright, there is today's canning. We have 5 quarts of whole tomatoes and 8 pints of diced tomatoes.